Nowadays, everybody just wants to kill my livestock. It's safer to just plant some crops.
Now the world has gone to shit. The rich gonna be poor, and the poor gonna be rich. It's hard work making a living out here.
It's just about time to eat.
I'm getting so sick and tired of those thorn bushes.
What's that over there?
Alright, 10 secs to take a breather.
Have you met my kids? They're little scamps.
Do this, do that. once we could keep it together.
Hey, you got a great voice, lady. Wish I could stay awake to hear it.
Excuse me? Just who do you think you're speaking to?
Oh, shut it, Connie. You're always starting crap.
I got the right to say what I mean. Your fancy jazz is putting me to sleep.
Really? Now I don't know what indignities you in this country thrift store are forced to survive out here.
Hey, I scavenged these threads from Charleston landfill, fair and square.
You're living in a bubble, lady. The wasteland ain't no place for some snazzy pre-war nightclub.
Get out of my club! Get out! Out!
Whoa, jeez Louise. You don't have to tell me twice.
By the way, your singing sucks anyway.
The nerve!
Well, that was embarrassing. Welcome to the Rose Room. Anything to drink? I apologize on behalf of my mother. We'll have enough trouble getting people in here without her immediately scaring them away. To be honest, this is more turnout than I expected. Which is welcome, of course. I mean, I just hope the rest of them are friendly. Anything to drink? That would be a beer, because stock was on me, just behind the other 100 things on my to-do list that nobody else is doing. Sorry, it's not your job to hear me complain. It's your job to relax, have a drink, and enjoy the music. So, what can I help you with? There's another question for my dear mother. We just moved here from the coast, Atlantic City, which, believe it or not, is doing pretty well compared to, you know, everywhere else. Over there, Mom was an entertainer. That's what she does, what she knows. I don't think she's woken up to the reality of what the rest of the world is like out here. See, that's, you know, why does anyone move, really? To see new sights, you know, make new friends, get a fresh start. Could I offer you another drink? Yeah, I really could. My mom thought we weren't going to have any trouble tonight, but the crowd I've seen so far, I have my doubts. Big ones. If you feel inclined, could you keep an eye out? Maybe, if it's necessary, handle a fight? But keep a low profile about it so Mom doesn't freak out. I'd really appreciate it. Really? You mean it? Go ahead and join the audience. If nothing happens, then, you can enjoy the show just like everyone else. I hope that's the case, but, you know, better safe than sorry. And thank you. I do really appreciate the help. You need something too?
The nerve of those people. Truly.
How would things be different with a normal family? 10 secs to take a breather. Nothing's ever simple.
There. Well, as I say, there's no better cure for a long day than some snazzy tunes. Sit back and enjoy.
I can't listen to this baloney no more. Let's light this place up.
God damn it!
Everyone,
Did you see me give the goddamn signal?
I smell a rat.
More the punch.
What? In God's name is happening?
They were simple instructions. How hard is it to follow simple instructions?
Must have left something. Where did I screw up?
Vincenzo, why is my audience dead?
Why don't you ask this guy before he croaks? Welcome to the Rose Room.
I mean, really? What does on my signal mean to you? Does it mean... Didn't turn out well for them. What about me? It was simple. Wait for all the Russos to be in the room together. Almost makes me happy. Wouldn't you?
Whoever it was, they're wasting their
Hey, I told them the same thing, lady. Starting to think they wanted to get rid of me, too.
Vincenzo, what did you do?
What? Really? You of all people are gonna point your finger at me?
Guess every one of you nutsos has a reason to be afraid of payback from Atlantic City. Sleep tight, Russos. I may not be the last to come for you.
Just nonsense is all it is. We can't let them scare us.
We don't know who they are to begin with.
Oh, don't act like you're above all this. For all we know, someone at City Hall has it out for you.
I can't even tell you how little you know about me and... Abby, are you okay?
Hurry, get away from me. They know. I thought I covered my tracks. They're gonna come back. They're gonna...
What are you talking about?
She's got the shapes. Could be she's danced with the devil.
You're my own mom. Don't talk to me like...
Crap. I think you're right.
Those who fancy themselves part of the Atlantic City high life have access to a special intoxicant. They drink the devil's blood. I should have paid more attention. Must be the stress of the move got to her.
You say that now? All of this was your idea. We're so busy dealing with your problems, there's no room for anyone else.
Is that really how you feel, Vincenzo?
Yes, it is 100% absolutely how I feel.
After everything I've done for us, everything I've sacrificed,
Sorry about all this. I was right to expect trouble, just not this much of it.
Cold.
I really appreciate that. Just, please go talk to my mother for me. It was a bad time to set her off. Right now, we just need to figure out how to help Abby.
What was that?
That regardless of any issues between me and her, she needs to come down and be there for her daughter. Tell her I'm sorry, and Abby needs her right now. She needs all of us.
They're gonna come
Can't
for
do
me.
this on my own. Yeah, tell me about it. Mom's obsessed with herself, and Dad can hardly remember what he did 2 minutes ago. With the two of them so preoccupied, it's no wonder Abby keeps getting herself into trouble. That leaves me to jerry-rig everything together with
Did I
twine
screw up?
and duct tape. Me? It's, possible, but I wouldn't be the first in line for elimination. Anyway, that's not important right now. Those people are dead, and Abby's alive. But that could change if we don't get her treated. Thank you. I know you'll have better luck than I would.
They're gonna come for me.
Opening night is a failure. I offer drinks, games, music, more excitement and luxury than this dreary mountain range has ever seen, and what do I get? An audience full of hitmen, a strung-out daughter, and an unappreciative son! Just ridiculous! Nothing makes sense anymore!
What was that?
Welcome to my life. Nothing has gone right since the bombs, and that's a damn long time to make the show go on.
It's so cold.
Of course he does. And I'd like one thing in the last 20 years of my life to count as a success. Is that so much to ask for? Fine. I'll come downstairs and help. The extra moment of peace isn't worth delaying the inevitable.
Did I screw up?
But it's not like I'll be able to do anything anyway. You think I'm not concerned? Let me ask you something. What do you do to de-stress? Read a comic? Listen to the radio? It's the apocalypse. Maybe you go out and blow some heads off. Whatever it is, it's a distraction. A tool to stay sane under pressure. So don't you dare judge me for keeping my head above water. Much better to complain than to have an emotional breakdown.
Must have left something. Where did I screw up?
And just what are you implying? You don't know anything about me. I did what was necessary to survive in a cutthroat industry full of insane people. If they'd come after me for that, let them. Once a paradise, now a madhouse. Everyone lost their sanity after the bombs. The showmen are the worst of all. Avoid them at all costs. They're masochists who get off on risking their own lives in front of others. Once upon a time, people could appreciate simple talent. Now, everyone's so depressed about the end of the world that the only way they can feel something is by pumping their adrenaline up to 11. The showmen make a living by capitalizing on that desire.
What was that?
Oh, hello. Fine day today, isn't it?
Do me one favor first. Go upstairs and let my husband Antonio know what's happening. He may not understand, but he should at least be told.
Must have left something. Where did I screw up?
Well, pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Russo's Haven. How do you like the festivities? Blood of the devil? No, that doesn't sound like something anybody should be drinking.
What was that?
My daughter. Oh, yeah. She's a great kid. Fast learner. Resilient. And stubborn. Does she need something? Hitman? What hitman? Have you been watching too much television? My daughter. You know, I still remember catching little Abby with a pack of candy pilfered from the convenience store. So clever. And so stubborn. I never thought that she would, were we talking about somebody? Going already? But you just said hello. Have we met? That. They'll be there.
What was that? What was that?
Surely there's some way we can help her. Wet towel, maybe.
You're back. Thanks for that. Look, I've done some thinking. Devil's blood is highly addictive, and withdrawal is dangerous. It could even be fatal. We're hundreds of miles away from anyone who knows what to do about this. Doctors here are only going to know about regular chems.
A doctor's not good enough anyway. We need the blood. This isn't like any other chem. When you dance with the devil, you either keep dancing or you get burnt to a crisp. Oh. Oh, my darling girl.
Say, you don't happen to be on good terms with the refuge, do you? You're kidding. Then you're exactly the person we need right now. I need to ask you something crazy. Because you don't really know us, and really, from what you've seen so far, have no reason to trust us. But my sister is in trouble, so I'm going to ask. Could you fly to Atlantic City and bring back a dose of Devil's Blood?
You make the second part of that sound like a simple ask.
I did say it was crazy. But please, and I really mean it, it'd be a bad idea for any of us to go back there right now. If newcomers like us could even negotiate a flight in the first place.
They're gonna come for me.
It's an exclusive chem, typically only accessible to high society and to the people that source it, the mob. You'll have to find one of them. See what you can negotiate. Remember the firefight earlier? Whoever sent those people still has it out for us.
For one of us, in any case.
Undetermined. We could fight about it all day. You're not joking, right? Oh, you can pull this off. We...
Must have left
Abby
something.
needs you too.
Where did I
Please,
screw up?
just let us know as soon as possible if anything goes wrong. I'll do whatever I can for her in the meantime.
They're gonna come for me.
A living human at our club? Now isn't that something? like a nail. I'm not cut out for all this manual labor.
Must have left something. Where did I screw up?
What is that glowing concoction people drink around here?
It's so cold.
I won't be caught dead serving that radioactive slop.
Don't you worry about me.
Some would say tax fraud is a victimless crime. That's not true. We would kill you, and then you would be a victim. Imagine if all the caps that go towards Devil's Blood went towards running the city. You auditioning to be one of the showman's clowns? Or do you just look like that?
today.
This place a hot paradise.
Think the Moonies really have everything?
So, I can finally put a face to the name. I'm Mayor Tim, the executor, if you will, of this humble metropolis. Welcome to Atlantic City. Good of you to show up right before the city falls. My pleasure. Finally, a person with some manners around here. I think you and I will get along just fine. Fact of the matter is, keeping this city afloat is like Atlas holding up the sky. Our job is to keep people fed and alive. So far, we've been managing quite well. That is until those vermin from the Barrens took over the community center and started attacking folks left and right. We were already spread thin before. Now, hell, I'm amazed they haven't taken City Hall yet. Think you can help thin out the herd for me? Nothing fancy, mind you. I need you to get into the community center and thin out the plant folk there as much as possible. But before you do, I need you to take care of a few emergencies. Think you can handle that for me? The mayor's office is responsible for the city's upkeep. We keep the power and water flowing, but we've also got to care for the sick, the injured, and of course, we've got to put out fires when they crop up. Only thing we don't do is entertain. Fantastic. Now, let's get down into... The plant folk managed to cause a ruckus. So much so they damaged our power lines. I sent an engineer out to repair them and restore power, but he says he can't work till he's at the edge of the Barrens. Go talk to him and keep those trees. Good luck.
Service, Godfather, and a bunch of underpaid city workers.
Self-sufficient, that's for sure.
There better be a good reason you're blocking my light. Name's Buttercup. I do. If you can handle it. We kept a dossier on every mafioso and showboy we were understandably very... gutted. And slow down our work. If you can find some of those dossiers for me while you're in there. Good. Bring them to me when you come back. If you come back. If you can nab that too, we might be able to... Well, get moving.
Oh, you have no idea how relieved. Are you ready to get started? Great. Watch my back while I repair the fallen power lines. Just be careful. wish I knew Tim's secret. How does he keep his
I'd
cool
stay
all
clear of
the
the
time?
showman if I were you. Their idea of fun usually puts someone in an early grave.
Hell, if there, you did good work. Saving our, as the old, we may have one today. But
I'll be damned. I wasn't expecting to see you without the flesh stripped off your bones.
oh, you would be, Buttercup. I think you can spare the dramatics for one day. Not only did you save our hides, but you did it in a jiffy. I'm sure your timeliness saved quite a few lives. And I'll be. You managed to get the footage from... This'll go a long way.
I see you've got all the dossiers. Not bad. Then again, with all that gear you...
You're all right, stranger. This won't be the last time we meet. But the doors of Atlantic City are open to you.
Yeah, well, not too soon. You can take your time.
You ready to get airborne? Hop in and I'll fire her up.
Come for me.
Would you happen there at the time?
The cathode ray tube is the retina to the mind's eye. Break out of your cocoon. Spread your wings. Embrace his gift. See through his eyes.
think of the deport here?
As I've said, Mrs. Russo, the facilities are available to responders and refugees.
I am responding to a need to save an addict from the terrifying consequences of indulgence. I suppose your charity doesn't extend to dirty junkies. Is that it?
As it stands, I have no way to verify your story. Had you a prior relationship with us, or the victim was present for our medical staff to...
Prior relationship? So this is a refuge ruled by nepotism, is it?
I deeply apologize for the commotion, darling. We do strive...
Finally, you've arrived. I was resigned to having to convince this lunatic...
Do you know this woman? Ah, wonderful.
I believe an apology is in order.
Apologies are ordered to those who deserve them. Nonetheless, it behooves the refuge to help those in need. Perhaps you could provide more coherent details regarding this woman's conundrum. We've heard the name. The stories place it as something rather more dangerous than your average chem.
The High is legendary, reserved for the upper crust of idiots who live in America's playground and still manage to get bored.
It is your daughter we're talking about helping, right?
Oh, give Abigail a break. The move has been stressful for her. Oh, don't tell people about that. You'll scare away the customers.
A nightclub? Here? In the rural mountains of West Virginia?
From what I've seen, you hippies could really use the excitement.
Oh dear. I don't even know where to begin with correcting you. In that case, you will be happy to hear that the leaders of Atlantic City are sponsoring travel for visitors. You might speak to Mr. Jeremiah Hopkins about it, if you haven't already. He has a booth out in the common area, beside the stage. So long as you're willing to provide assistance to the locals during your travels, you may fly to Atlantic City whenever you'd like.
Incredible. Was that so difficult?
You're graciously welcome for the flight, Mrs. Russo. Now I'm afraid I have other duties to attend to. Lennox shall be happy to board you once your preparations are complete. Excuse me.
It baffles me how you're able to deal with that person. I mean, where are they from? The 17th century? Of course I didn't have to. We're all free people, aren't we? I take it upon myself to answer a pain in the ass with a full-body Charlie horse. At a minimum. Honestly, do you not stick up for yourself? Wonderful. I'll be having a drink at the bar until our departure. I'll need it to get me through that dreadful flight.
Excuse me! Sorry to interrupt you. I just heard you were going to Atlantic City and it's not safe there. There's a monster. I saw it. People keep going missing. That's why I left.
You're not mouthing off about some Jersey devil, are you? What a load of hogwash. My parents told me that story when I was a child to scare me into submission. Well, it didn't work, and no Jersey devil has snatched me from my bed.
It's real, I swear! They're siphoning its blood and turning it into a drug. That's why it's so angry now.
Marketing tactics. What would you name a chem that's supposed to be the ultimate temptation? Would you call it innocent angel milk? Siphoning blood. No sensible business person would put in all that effort, even if the Jersey Devil was real.
Loud tourists, low-tier entertainers, showgoers on their way home from the pier. The devil swoops down from the sky and swallows them whole.
The perfect cover story to disappear anyone inconvenient. That devil almost got me too! Oh, good thing I fled to the mountains!
Long ago, a woman known as Mother Leeds cursed her 13th child. When she gave birth to the child one stormy night in the Pine Barrens, it transformed into a winged devil and flew off into the night. It's been tormenting Jersey residents ever since.
Management will be pleased to hear of all the activity here.
You did?
Oh, brother! Don't encourage these delusions.
We're lucky to be alive. It had so much evil intent. I still feel its effects. Don't you? At least I warned you. Better for my conscience. Keep your eyes on the skies. So peaceful around here, isn't it?
Don't tell me I'm holding you up. There's windshield polishing, and
There's no problem too big to solve.
I got hacking inside this refuge.
Sometimes when I listen to the radio, I like to pretend I'm living in the time before the war. Not that I don't love the Brotherhood, just life would be a lot easier.
Oh, did it always smell like this? You would think in a city, people could find a civilized place to relieve themselves. Oh. Very funny. There's more chance to see a pirate ship flying over this city than some kind of winged goat. The best bet I can give you is a fellow named Stanley Soriano. He spends all his free time at the High Rollers Lounge in the Neapolitan Casino. Stan is a weak link. Make him feel important, and he's a former friend of my husband. One of the most empty-headed kooks I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. It's entertaining, really. Tell him anything, and watch the words pass through the void. Me? Oh, that would be a bad idea. You be a dog. Oh, don't be silly. I'm like a handler. I have to be present to make sure you get the job done. Don't you worry about what I'm occupied with. Don't wait up for me. Oh.
Got all the Vegas you need right here in this. Capiche?
Don't shake hands with Sal. Man's constantly sweating through his palms.
What am I supposed to do with all this free time and no work and television? Why don't you take a load off? Scaring people flopping around like that. Hey, I could be a showman. I'm real good at
I could go for a ripper.
think the Munis really have everything handled.
The one with a bun and all the
It's too good to be true, right?
Don't ask me for directions. I'm not from around here.
Just the most happening place in AC.
Don't bother me. I'm on vacation.
You're not a... The High Rollers Lounge has an exclusive entry. You mean to tell me that other guy wasn't Stan's chaperone? Oh, mother. You better get in there.
Royal flush again? You must have the angels on your side, my friend.
You mean you don't see it, Stan? He's playing you. Ain't nobody got that kind of luck. Oh, come on. You know I'd never play you, Stan. You're the man. You know, what I love most about you, Stan, how much faith you put in your friends. Ugh, this is ludicrous.
Oh, now what you gonna do that for? You really think he was playing me?
Come on, Stan. 3 royal flushes in a row? Now, you grab that cash and take care of your family. I'm headed out.
You looking at something?
How come the Munis need so much money?
Always a shame when you think someone's got your back and turns out... But hey, crazy things happen all the time. Just last week, someone was saying they had special chips worth double. But they looked... Now, what was the deal with that, huh? At least put some gold flecks on them or something. Whoa there! Now, I can hook you up with all kinds of... What makes you think a nobody like you should get access?
Payday's become a myth around here since they put the Gavone with the belts in charge of the books.
You know, you do look familiar. You don't happen to be one of those out-of-towners helping out around here. Well, all right. A friend of the family. But first, provide service for the family, and you'll be rewarded. Cross? See, a young showman known as Zaid stole some blood from our stores a few nights back. And those who don't respect our rule, you want the blood? Then that show don't go smoothly. And Zaid gets the message to never even...
Like some old bomber's gonna whack anybody.
Broken, mutilated, utterly disgraced, dead. Of course, dead guarantees that. But if you want to take the risk of disappointing us... I don't know what kind of carnival mumbo-jumbo they have scheduled over there. It's on the pier. Zayd's the headliner.
Payday's become a myth around here since they put the Gavone
Orphan?
with the belts in
Nah.
charge of the books.
The only way you get access is if we grant. Zayd had a friend on the inside. One who's already been dealt with. So don't you... Sounds like we have an understanding. Now listen carefully. You're gonna have to get backstage somehow. Mate, that's your best shot at getting access to Zayd. Once you've got an opportunity, listen, I'll meet you outside after the show.
Want to stay in their gross little hovels beyond me.
Buttercup.
Go on through.
That name will be the death of him.
I think I'll head down to the meeting.
Protect and serve.
Make way for our sensation.
Lots of shoobies around here lately. Think it wasn't. Pain is the greatest friend to laugh with.
Beat it.
You fight with a warrior spirit. Such passion will always.
There is no exchange.
A seed grow.
And what is life if we don't reach
The growing warmth of the sun on our out.
They're like us.
In another life,
But it's better this way. Facing their challenge.
they would have asked us to let go of each other. There are.
Have you been down to the aquarium? Oh, it's a marvel.
Today I see more of the barons in the city. You'd think the Muni's would hire a guard.
Should you do something useful for a change?
Careful out there. Anything that crawls out of the Pine Barrens is... ugh, absolutely nasty.
All this talk of bogies crawling out of the barrens.
Looks like Anna drank up all the coffee again. Mondays, am I right?
I think I'll head down to the pier and catch a shower.
New to Atlantic City?
Eyes open. There's so much to see. Looking for something
I gotta head home.
Gotta head home with the dog. Isn't too many...
Welcome, welcome. Well, tonight as our lucky 13th customer, that it is. Hope, please head straight inside. We may be a bit late tonight, as the show simply cannot start without our star clown.
So barbaric!
just can't wait to make everyone laugh.
We're all just mimes in a soundless world.
Oh, I just can't wait to make everyone laugh.
It's the soul that's oversized, not the shoe.
That will be the death of me.
Dibbles? Is that finally you? Late on opening night? Who hired you? Was it me? We'll be served on a plate to the ravenous masses with their vicious, quivering jaws. Oh, get to the stage already! They await your opening act! I'm not ready yet. I can't be seen like this. Who else would I be? The mayor? Yes! I can make jokes too. Ha ha! Tee hee! Are you happy now? I have to get ready, and you have to get them ready for me. Why are you asking me? Everyone knows Evelyn Russo. Oh, how beloved she was. How terrible her humiliation. An artist like her would never accept such a fate. Oh, but that'll be me if you don't get out there soon. Quickly now! You're ruining us! Not just a show, a masterpiece, an indelible memory. Go now, before our audience turns rabid. They must be starving.
Every second without laughter. Soul that's oversized, not the shoe.
Oh,
clown's appetite more than a hearty laugh. A hungry clown will prance and frolic to earn a mouthful of their favorite food, delivered with enthusiasm by their jovial leader. Please welcome this giggle of clowns to the stage and bear witness to their feeding frenzy.
Where's my pie?
Yeah, get him!
Hey, this is a diet!
Come on! Go for it! This is a diet!
Aim for
Where's
the
the
face!
whipped cream?
Go for it!
If I have eye tight!
And now, for a classic trick with an explosive twist. Watch as this deviously dexterous merrymaker juggles live grenades! That looked like it hurt. We'll be passing out warm towels to wipe any blood off. Let's give it up for our star clown!
You? What are you doing here? You followed me, didn't you? You better explain yourself. Of course that would bring you here, of all places. You weren't supposed to know about all this, but there's no avoiding it now. I used to be the star around here. I deserve to have it back. That stage is mine. I'm taking it from this up-and-coming nobody to remind this city exactly what they lost. Or at least, that was my plan. You being here really puts a damper on things. I was the best singer in Atlantic City. Everyone wanted me. Then the world ended. And everyone changed. That Charlotte bitch started feeding them adrenaline in place of talent. I can't compete with a chemical reaction. My only chance to stay relevant was to join them. I became a showman. I put my act on a dangerous high-rise, let people get off thinking they might see me topple to my death. But I have too much to live for. I was on wires the whole time. I fell one day and the jig was up. After that, the showman wanted my head. I need a chance to redeem myself. These people, they used to love me. They just need to be reminded of that. I get rid of Zaid before the final act. Indispose him, mind you. I'm not a murderer. I go on in his place. Put on the show he was meant to. No safety protocols. I prove to the city that if it's truly what they want, I too can evolve. That I'm still worth something. You and Vincenzo have that situation handled. This family has never needed me. Antonio was always busy, and Abigail followed him like a dog. Vincenzo handled everything around the house, but the crowd. They always loved me. I gave them something. I still have more to give. then you understand why I have to do this. It's my only chance. I'm nothing without it. Nonsense. They were always complaining about me, calling me a diva. Vincenzo would tell me to get out of the way so he could do things properly. I'm nothing but a failure to them. They have no appreciation. Perhaps you're right. I've spent so much time. Of course they'd be angry at me. That's what makes it so hard.
Is that Evelyn Russo? The disgrace? Oh, Mother!
Wait! Come back here, you Well, I don't have much time but before I go, the least I can do is help you help Abigail. So, it's dirty business. Now, the final act of this little show involves the star clown, you, throwing knives. There's an obvious option there if bloodshed doesn't... But we do know the showmen take cheating very seriously. And it just so happens that the blood would be on your hands, not mine. I've seen worse in these parts. Hard to make it very far with too many, morals. Well, you sound committed. I'll leave the job to you. I need to scram before Charlotte.
Every second without laughter brings us closer to death.
A night of heart-throbbing classics. Where would we be without them? For hundreds of years, art has risked heart and soul, life, limb. So I close with one last visceral threat. The curve of blade to neck. Tantalizingly close. Assistant! Master of laughs! Let loose! And don't you dare gut me!
Oh my god!
Who is that wearing my oversized shoes? You think just anyone can honk and giggle? You made me a punchline! I'll make you pay with your funny bone! I'll twist your neck like a balloon!
Distinguished guests, clowns, and showmen, brace yourself for an unexpected encore! This impersonating intruder cannot be allowed to leave unpunished! Now an open-fire venue! Proceed calmly to the nearest exit, or grab your gun and join the fun!
Call the punchline today!
touch it.
My name.
No
Can't be over yet.
Cross. To get someone to repair this pipe. Joel?
Why don't you take a load out? We're scaring people, tromping around like that.
So, this city's run by a circus, the Godfather, and a bunch of underpaid.
There's a certain charm to the showboys pitting circus clowns against each other.
Eating that slop the munis have made you?
I heard the news. Young man went out in a spray of blood. As promised. A taste of the devil himself. Now, don't you go blabbing about what you... Now, didn't I just say I got a type? Even if we did have such a doe snooping around the family, who finally got too damn entitled for her own good, I wouldn't tell you. Of course not. I wouldn't tell you how useless it would be to go. We'd have to have a big damn reason to send guys that far away. See, I wouldn't tell you about any of that. And that's why they count on Stan. The Russos are long gone. That is, if there ever was. Now don't you forget.
Ripper. Huh, chainsaw.
Upward! There are no limits! Every coward!
What was that?
gonna come for me? They're gonna come for me.
Don't look at me. You're the one with the dose.
Tell me you have the dose. No offense, really, but maybe you could share the story. You're a lifesaver. All right, Abby, down the hatch.
Ben? Mom? And... who are you again? Feels... nice. Oh. Right. Guess I'm in trouble again, huh?
This is just temporary. We need to find you a real solution. An antidote. You got into this, Abs. Do you know anything about getting off it?
Well, maybe Dad would have told me if he hadn't cut me out. But that's all water under the bridge, though. Everything's dandy now. We're in West Virginia. It's a new start. No more jobs, no more Dad. Everything's good. It has to be.
Dad? Thing is, I've tried to get answers from him about all kinds of things. But if he knows something about Devil's Blood, it has to still be in there somewhere. Maybe you'll have better luck than me. Look, I know it's awkward, but would you try talking to him? I wasn't sure if you had already put it together, but Dad was a big player in the family. It makes sense that he might know something about blood. The question is if he knows anything that could help Abby. And if it's still possible to coax it out of him somehow. To put it simply, I'm a disappointment to him. Abby had a better chance of knowing than me. And you're a third party, uninvolved. He might let something slip if he thinks it's of no consequence to you. Well, that's a bit complicated. Him and Abs used to be really close back when she was younger. We never understood what changed. And now, maybe we never will. It's been really tough for her.
Now, there's no use rehashing all of that. We got you the blood, didn't we? That's what matters.
We? Don't tell me you went with them.
Well, what's with the accusatory tone? I helped, didn't I?
You helped? Why don't you tell me what actually happened? Really? Well, I'm glad to hear that then.
Oh, I'll spill the beans. They're going to fall out eventually. When I heard you had a way to fly to Atlantic City, I saw an opportunity to redeem myself, to steal the stage and show them Evelyn Rousseau, the fearless songstress, to remind the audience what they loved about me. But the showman found out before I could do anything, and it was all for the better. I don't know what possessed me. Going on stage without a proper act prepared, it would have been a disaster.
Are you crazy? You're lucky you made it back alive. When will you think about us for once? What you're leaving behind?
Yes, there's that aspect of it as well. You have to understand, Vincenzo. My life has always been showbiz. I don't know who I am without it. But here's to me finding out. I realized I have another role to play here as your mother. Perhaps I haven't committed to that as fully as I should have.
Wow. Is this an apology?
Yes, whatever you want to call it. I say we've gotten too sentimental already, but well, there you have it.
I just hope that you mean it. We really need you here.
And here I am. But let's not make it awkward, shall we? We have Abigail to worry about at the moment.
Hey. Thanks. You saved my sister's life.
Are you, all right, dear?
Who, me? You're really asking?
Of course, darling. We're going to get you out of this conundrum. If anyone knows how to slink out of a mess, it's your mother. Never mind that there's usually another one waiting. We'll tackle that when we get to it.
Yeah, we will. Won't we? Thanks, Mom.
See what you can get out of my father.
Split ends and no hope of a salon. I'm deteriorating.
I wonder what Pop knows.
Oh, it's you! Who were you again?
The wayward. More likely the dragon. But I don't want their business anyway.
Helping the family out? Oh, no, that's dangerous work. I hope you're being safe about it. Abby, in trouble? If only I could have. If only I could have. If only I could have spent more time with her. Abby, darling. Such a strong child.
Where is everybody? Does no one want to drink in these godforsaken hills? To dance?
There has to be some way to help Abby.